The Brecon Beacons are a mountain range in South Wales. In a narrow sense, the name refers to the range of Old Red Sandstone peaks which lie to the south of Brecon. Sometimes referred to as the Central Beacons, they include South Wales' highest mountain, Fan. The range forms the central section of the Brecon Beacons National Park, a designation which also encompasses ranges both to the east and the west of the Central Beacons. This much wider area is also commonly referred to as the Brecon Beacons, and it includes the Black Mountains to the east as well as the similarly named but quite distinct Black Mountain to the west. The highest peaks include Fan Brycheiniog to the west and Fan in the central part. They share the same basic geology as the Central Range, and so exhibit many similar features, such as the north-facing escarpment and glacial features such as lakes and cwms below the escarpment. They all fall within the border of the national park. The Brecon Beacons Range, in its narrower sense, comprises 6 main peaks. From west to east these are, Corndu, 873 meters, Fan, the highest peak, 886 meters, Cribin, 795 meters, Fan Big, 719 meters, Bwlchy 754 meters, and Wanner 769 meters. These summits form a long ridge, and the sections joining the first 4 form a horseshoe shape around the head of the Taf Fession, which flows away to the southeast. To the northeast of the ridge, interspersed with long parallel spurs, are 4 cwms, 4 round-headed valleys or cirques. From west to east these are cwm Seer, cwm Cyn Wyn, cwm Urgum and cwm Quirley. The Brecon Beacons are said to be named after the ancient practice of lighting signal fires on mountains to warn of attacks by invaders. The round of the Taf Fession skyline forms a ridge walk commonly known as the Beacon's Horseshoe. The area was inhabited during the Neolithic and the succeeding Bronze Age, the most obvious legacy of the latter being the numerous burial cairns which adorn the hills of the center and west of the national park. There are especially good examples of round barrows on Fan Brycheiniog, Fan and Corndu. The former was excavated in 2002-04 and the ashes in the central cyst dated to about 2000 BC using radiocarbon dating. A wreath of meadowsweet was likely placed in the burial. Over 20 hill forts were established in the area during the Iron Age. The largest, and indeed the largest in South Wales, were the pair of forts atop Garngoch near Bethlehem, Carmarthenshire Oko Wygear Fort and Wygear Foch Oko, literally the Big Fort and the Little Fort. The forts are thought to have once been trading and political centres. When the Romans came to Wales in 43 AD, they stationed more than 600 soldiers in the area. Wygear, near the town of Brecon, was their main base. During the Norman Conquest many castles were erected throughout the park. One of the most famous is Brecon Castle, but there are many more. Brecon Castle is of Norman origin. There are many old tracks which were used over the centuries by drovers to take their cattle and geese to market in England. The drovers brought back gorse seed, which they sowed to provide food for their sheep. The area played a significant role during the Industrial Revolution as various raw materials including limestone, silica sand, and ironstone were quarried for transport southwards to the furnaces of the industrialising South Wales valleys. The Brecon Beacons are one of 4 ranges of mountains and hills in South Wales which make up the Brecon Beacons National Park. The national park was established in 1957, the third of the 3 Welsh parks after Snowdonia in 1951 and the Pembrokeshire Coast National Park in 1952. Mountain rescue in South Wales is provided by 5 volunteer groups, with the police having overall command. In serious situations they are aided by RAF helicopters from RAF Chivanor or RAF Valley. The 5 groups are, CBMRT Oko Central Beacons Mountain Rescue Team, BMRT Oko Brecon Mountain Rescue Team, LMRT Oko Longtown Mountain Rescue Team based in the east, UBMSART Oko Western Beacons Mountain Search and Rescue Team, SARTA South Wales Oko Search and Rescue Dog Association covering South and Mid Wales. The groups are funded primarily by donations. Their work is not restricted to mountain rescue Oko. They frequently assist the police in their search for missing or vulnerable people in the community. The Brecon Beacons are used for training members of the UK Armed Forces and military reservists.